Hello and welcome to a mini presentation on a discussion regarding the future of Community College Workforce Development Mission. This discussion will build itself around an article presented by James Jacob and Kevin Dougherty in the winter 2006 edition of the New Directions for Community Colleges. In the spring of 2012 edition of New Directions for Community Colleges, which focused on advancing the regional role of two-year colleges, L. Allen Phillips, in his editorial notes, writes, and I quote, "In the midst of a challenging economic recovery, the nation's policymakers and education leaders are seeking new and potentially more effective strategies to align personal and public educational investments with job creation, increased levels of employment, small business development, and entrepreneurial activity." Phelps goes on to state how community colleges have played a historic role in economic and workforce development. He contributes this contribution to community colleges' curriculum offerings, which have differed from other higher education institutions in that community colleges historically have offered many courses that enhance students' immediate career opportunities, especially with employers. Phelps goes on to point out in his editorial notes that recent federal and state policy dialogues have touted community and technical colleges as strategic, transformational agents for innovation, and as a result, community colleges are in a strategic position to help create and provide solutions for an economic recovery and for sustaining rural communities. This is a bold statement and certainly inspiring for both community college leaders and politicians alike. However, it also heightens the controversy Jacobs and Dougherty forecast in 2006 when they wrote about their concerns regarding the future of community college workforce mission. In 2006, Jacob and Dougherty stated that because of changing training demands, reduced government support, and increasing competition from a growing not-for-profit institutions, community colleges face a very uncertain future in the area of workforce development. Like Phelps, in his editorial notes, they point out the significant contribution community colleges make nationwide to local workforce development initiatives. They credit these contributions to certain inherent institutional strengths typical of community colleges, such as organizational flexibility, close proximity to private sector enterprises, low cost, technical expertise, and extensive experience in teaching adult learners. They state that several states have actually built their worker training and business expansion programs around their community college system. In 2000, the American Association of Community Colleges endorsed the workforce development function of community colleges as a primary part of the mission of community colleges. Jacob and Dougherty point out that the emergence of two conflicting paths and the challenges faced by community colleges in deciding which path to choose for their institutional's future. One path was tagged the new vocationalism. The concept behind this path is to prepare students for further education in the emerging technical fields rather than for an entry-level job. The strategy for this path stresses mathematics and science preparation for the emerging technologies of the future. Jacob and Dougherty point out that this new vocationalism strategy is attractive to community college leaders because it attracts better prepared high school students and even attracts students with baccalaureate and post-baccalaureate degrees. They also point out that this path, more often than not, is in direct conflict with a low-income workers strategic path, which focuses on lifting low-income workers out of poverty. Jacob and Dougherty point out that although the two paths are not mutually exclusive, Both strategies require a major institutional commitment of resources. As a result, it would be very difficult for any community college to effectively implement both these approaches at the same time. As attractive the new vocationalism is for community college leaders, the workforce development path for low-income workers holds many concerns for these leaders. Their main concern is that many low-income students cannot enter occupational classes until they improve their basic education skills. These basic education skill classes are typically non-credit adult education classes which require large amounts of resources. With state governments making significant cutback in resources allocated to community colleges, these classes are struggling for survival. Jacob and Dougherty also point out the underlying political tension involved in both these paths. For community colleges, it is deep on both sides of the ship. If community colleges dismantle their current occupational programs, which support not only low-income worker development, but also training programs frequently directed for jobs in the middle income bracket in favor of more advanced technical jobs, they will become primarily transfer institutions. In doing so, they will significantly reduce their ability to service the needs of the growing number of individuals in low-wage retail and commercial sectors. However, if the community colleges promote education and training for low-wage positions that may have higher rates of unemployment, they may actually be a contributing factor to increasing social inequity. Jacob and Dougherty proposed a solution for community college leaders to consider. It is a holistic approach which proposes the development of a vertical and horizontally integrated education system for the workforce development module. The integrated system crosses over into all three of the missions of community colleges and actually supports the fulfillment of each mission. The horizontal component stretches across mission boundaries to encompass courses from non-credit adult education all the way through to courses required for transfer. This horizontal integration exposes the students, based upon their needs, to various kinds of knowledge and includes technical skills, academic skills, adult basic or remedial education, and job search and career guidance skills. The vertical components connect training programs providing lesser skills or short-term training with programs offering higher skills, longer training, and more valued certificates or degrees. The vertical integration promotes a staircase path for students to travel, encouraging lifelong learning and academic achievements. After further research on this controversy, I was excited to discover that Jacob and Dougherty's concept of an integrated system was successfully put to the test in 2007 in the Great Lakes region of the United States through the Joyce Foundation's Shifting Gears initiative. The primary goal of Shifting Gears was to increase the number of low-skilled, low-income Midwestern adults who have obtained college-level occupational credentials that have value in the labor market. The results, which summarize the policies adopted by Illinois and Wisconsin to support the implementation of career pathways and bridge programs to both improve the employment opportunities of low-skilled, low-income adults and enhance the competitiveness of the regional workforce, can be found in the spring 2012 edition of New Directions for Community Colleges. It is a fascinating report which I highly recommend. What is significant for this presentation regarding their findings were the lessons learned by policies and educational leaders in Illinois and Wisconsin. The Shifting Gears initiative led to new policies and incentives which better linked education and training efforts targeted to prepare low-skilled, low-income adults for employment options that could better produce family-sustaining wages and address local employment. Illinois realized the need for better coordinated workforce and educational policies. They learned to encourage, through policymaking, more contextualized and applied instruction, along with additional support services, better alignment of federal funding streams within the community colleges, and a more fully integrated adult development and occupational education. Wisconsin realized the need to better identify career pathways in bridge programs. As a result, they developed a career pathway model to help facilitate a better way to deliver educational services for low-income working adults. This model helped facilitate more effective transitions from one level of education and skill development to another. What is exciting for me in terms of this career pathway model is that it is a pathway that conceptualizes an educational path for the new vocationalism students as well as a workforce development path for the low-income worker students. It is a concept we promote currently and have promoted for many years to the dental assisting students enrolled in our local community colleges dental assisting certificate program. Allen Hancock's college motto is "Start here, go anywhere." Throughout the program, we continually talk about the career paths available to dental assisting students, the opportunity for them to move from a dental assistant to registered dental assistant and on to either registered dental hygienist, certified dental lab technician, or dentist is continually reinforced. Over the years, many of the graduating students, some of who are the first in their family to graduate from any type of post-secondary educational program and may be coming out of a low-income, low-skilled family background, go on to earn family-sustaining wages while continuing their education requirements to later become dental hygienists. My personal hope is to soon see the day when one of our student graduates from dental school, when one of our students graduates from dental school. Currently, there are 2 students in pre-dental programs at state colleges, and so I hope to have the joy of seeing them accepted to dental school in the near future. In closing, I would like to underscore one critical point made by Bragg, Dresser, and Smith as they wrote about the results of the Shifting Gear Initiative. Bragg, Dresser, and Smith point out the importance of there being healthy working partnerships among unit leaders within community colleges. These healthy working partnerships were crucial to both the development and the implementation of the bridge programs developed through Shifting Gears, particularly bridges that extended to career pathways that linked adult education students to developmental education and occupational education. They state, and I quote, "In sites where community college leaders embrace the bridge program concept, the evaluation found greater alignment of functional units and resources to support programs for low-skilled adults than in sites where community college leaders were less informed and involved." Thank you for your time and attention, and here are the references which were used for this presentation.